Buenas, buenas. Good morning, everybody. How are we doing today? Ooh. As you can see, doing a solo dolo today. I had some ideas flowing for a special guest, but I was like, you know what? I really wanted to sit down and do this one myself because I feel like, I don't know. Why not? Hopefully, I'm cold. I don't know why I'm freezing in my house right now. So I have it right here, and hopefully you can hear me, guys. Hello. But yeah, don't forget, guys, I am on all streaming platforms: YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And of course, you can see my cute face. So if everybody just grabs their coffee and let's chit chat. Ooh. I deadass have coffee in here, like old school abuelita, like hot water con el cafecito y el azúcar. You guys can see my cute little cup. It's Stitch. This Stitch is right out there. Oh, ASMR. Anyways, but yeah, isn't this cute? It's giving me Hawaiian vibes. If you know, you know. But anyways, yeah. It's old school cafe. I was trying to brainstorm how I was going to film this episode. Not that it's a bad episode, but I just didn't know how to start it. My brain was hurting. I was getting brain farts. I was like, ¿qué voy a hacer? And I was like, I haven't had coffee today. Actually, I haven't had coffee since Friday, I think. So, I mean, I've had caffeine. I don't even think I've had caffeine. Maybe that's why I'm all fucked up. I had a soda this morning and one last night. I don't know. Now that I think about it, I'm just gonna blame that I haven't had iced coffee. And I was not gonna drive. If you guys know, I live in the middle of nowhere, so I wasn't gonna drive for a coffee because I could have, but that seems like a lot of work. So I decided to make a coffee, old school abuelita, and it's working very well. So, cheers, everybody, to tu cafecito en la mañana with café con Colu. Ooh. Anyways, yes, how's everyone doing this June 11th at 7 in the morning, bright and early? The birds are chirping, I think so, I don't know. Are they chirping? I'm inside. What time do they start chirping? 6, 5? I don't know. I'm never really up that. If the sun is out, then I'm awake. If it's still Mimi's, I am Mimi's as well, because why am I going to wake up before the sun? The sun has a schedule, and so do I. That's why I hate winter, because in the winter it's 7 and it's still dark, and then it's 4 and it's dark. It's you're not giving me much to work with here, Mr. Sun. Pero now that I think about it, me está dando calor under this blanket con este cafecito. But it's okay. It's a little sauna in here. If you guys see me a little skinny mini at the end of the episode, don't be alarmed. It's still me. Anyways, guys, I chopped off my hair. Just kidding. It's in a bun. But, yeah. Are you guys on that side of TikTok? Where that guy, he has dreads or braids, I don't know, and he's from New York, and he's point of view, you went on a date with the New York City guy, algo así, and he's like, hey mamas, and he's dark skinned. He's just funny because he starts singing, sweatpants, hair back, chilling with no makeup on. It's me right now, sweats under this, and I was like, y'all see me without makeup, y'all are fine. This is a safe space, okay? If you're gonna make fun of me, you can fuck off. But yeah. No, but I had been thinking about this for a minute, and before you guys start saying that, oh my god, she's gonna throw some jabs or indirectas. I'm not. I'm just talking, and I was just thinking about it. Because I had just had this conversation. I had this conversation with one of my friends the other day, and, a few of my friends, actually, and I don't know. I feel like, and I saw this on TikTok, maybe a year ago, so I'm going to reference it, but then we'll jump into what I was going to talk about. But it was about how in the show Friends, when the show started, everybody was in their, I wrote this down, 24 to 28. So I think Phoebe was the oldest and Rachel was the youngest. In the show wise. I don't know if in real wise, I can sabe, pero show wise. So, they're about 4 years difference. Those, like, and then, they're all still single. Rachel almost got married and, like, stuff like that. And then, no one has kids yet, and they're all still in their 20s. And before you guys come at me about me talking about teen moms or people with kids, that's not the point of my talk. Thank you. Because you guys like to criticar nomás para andar hablando y ni se pueden limpiar solas. But anyways, back to what I was talking about. Anyways, so yeah, like they're still young, no marriage, no kids, whatever. I know Rachel was supposed to get married in the first season to what's his face and didn't, but that's not the point. Y luego, towards the end, Monica and Chandler are married. Phoebe gets married. Monica and Chandler try having a baby. They have a baby. Phoebe has kids, but because she was trying to help her brother and his wife. Y luego, Monica ends up having kids. I don't remember what age. And then, Joey's still single, right? Right? Joey's still single? I don't remember. I've seen Friends hace mucho. I'll watch little bits and pieces, pero ya, like, sit down y verlo, no lo he visto. But, yeah. Anyways, and it got me to thinking that TikTok, it was like, we're over here worried and rushing. Because I know I'm horrible at it because I feel like my life's over at 27, which literally it's not, but it's not. I'm always like, oh, pues, because of course when you're younger, you think you know everything. And I always said, I don't know why I thought this, but I said by the time I was 23, I was going to be married with kids. Now I'm 27. I'm like, the kids part. But I'm like, I know, like I can, and I make this joke with everybody I've met, mostly my clients, like new people I've ever met when they right away, at this age, that's the first question they ask you. Oh, are you married? Do you have kids? And I'm like, why do I have to be married with kids right now? I'm only 27. But like I said, that's not the point. No, but it really got me thinking, like, I'm only 27. I had to take a long pause because I forgot what I was going to say next. No, but like, it just throws me off. Like, that's the first question they ask me. And I always tell them jokingly, I mean, if I were to have a kid, whatever, but that's not the point. Pero I'm always like, oh no, like I could barely take care of myself. And then they laugh and they're like, ha ha ha. And then they go on this rant about how like, oh, I wish I would have waited and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And then it gets me thinking, it's like, like, is there ever a right time to get married or have kids or be in a relationship or anything? Or is it just when you are ready and not society? Because it's just crazy to think. I feel like I'm rambling. I'm not rambling. Guys, I like to nervous laugh because I don't know who's gonna watch this, but no, it just gets me thinking. There's a point to this. You guys have to stay hooked in. I promise. There's a point to this. No, but it just gets me thinking. Like, wow, this is probably such a pretty angle. Let me sit up a little bit. No, but it just gets me thinking because I have a friend. Let's not mention names, but you guys will probably figure out who I'm talking about. She's in her early 20s and I love her to death. And we've had this conversation plenty of times, and then she brought it up. The ghost says hi. Okay. So she brought it up. Well, she brought it up the other day that I had mentioned something, and then I was like, in my head, I was like, I'm sorry, babe. Like, I didn't mean to say it like so meanly. I was just like I was just saying it. And she's like, no, like I needed someone to tell me. And she's young, and she's like ready to have a boyfriend and all this and that. And then me, who's been through my 20s, and then like now I'm 27, and I'm like, no, like live your fucking life, like live your life, enjoy this and that. And then her excuse. This is an excuse because you have excuses and you know who I'm talking to. But anyways, but she always says like these excuses of like why mejor no and this and that and blah blah blah. And I'm like, babes, you're only this age once. And if I could go back to early 20s Columba, because if I say her age, you guys are probably gonna know who I'm talking about. But if I could go to early age Columba, I would tell her to stop being a dumbass and be single and enjoy my life. Because I feel like de tantos años que I wasted, now I'm like, oh, let me catch up, and oh, let me do this and let me do that. And not saying that I'm so old that I can't do anything, But it's just, I wish I would have done all that when I was younger. And then now, just more like chill. But I feel like I'm just in a rush to make up for lost time, which, whatever. But yeah. So it brings me back to the whole friends thing where they're like, they were so young. They were barely, they all had jobs. They were all like, living their best life in New York City. They weren't even thinking about this or that. And, literally they were living their life. Y ya el momento that they were ready to settle down, they were in their third, because technically in the show, when the season ended, they were in their 30, they were from 35 to 39. So then estaban diciendo like, oh, like by the time, they were married, having kids, settling down, moving out of the city, so they can start a family, this and that. Like, they're already so much older. And it's like, why do we have to put such a time limit on our life? And why do we have to, and I'm, me estoy mandando indirectas to myself, to myself, porque I feel like I'm very like that. But I just feel like, I don't know. It's just, I just started thinking about this because I was originally going to talk about Sex and the City, but that's for next week's episode. But I just started thinking about how, like, in Sex and the City, like, they're all in their 30s when the show starts. And they're, they're complaining about the same thing, like, oh, like, we're single, oh, I haven't got married, oh, I haven't had kids, and blah, 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 blah. And then, now that the season I'm in, like, they're still complaining about it. And it's like, they started it when, I don't know, they were like 32, 33. I don't know what the age. I can't remember. You guys, I'll talk about it more next week. But yeah, it's just crazy to think, like, is it a societal thing? Is it a woman thing? Is it, like our families telling us something? Like, what is it that we automatically think, like, oh, I'm getting old and I'm wasting my life, I have to go hurry up and find a husband, or oh, I have to hurry up and have kids, and oh, I have to do this, and oh, I have to do that. And it's like, is that all life is about? Because to me, I feel like it's not. I rather travel the world, but that's not the point of my story. Pero I don't know, like, do you guys get what I mean? Like, I don't know. It just really, after she said that I had mentioned that, and I was like, sorry, like, I didn't mean to sound so harsh or rude. She's like, no, like, I needed someone else to tell me that. But it's true because, okay, this is where I was going with it. Because also of her early age, I have two friends that are around the same age. And one of them's like, oh, maybe in like 3 years I'll have kids. And then me, all my friends that are technically the age we are now, by the time in 3 years she still will be younger than what we are now. And she's like, oh, well, I need to hurry up and have kids by then. And we all look at her like, why? Like, why are you in such a rush to have kids in 3 years? And she's like, well, because by that time you guys will be having kids. And we all looked at her like, probably not. But and she's like, and you guys, she's funny. She's like, you guys are my only friends. Who are my kids going to be friends with? And it's just like, who knows what's going to happen in 3 years? Who knows which one of our friends will have another kid, who will get married, who will not, who, all this and that. And it's just to think like, she's already planning her life ahead according to us, because she's like, oh, they're probably going to start settling down. So I'm going to have to, because then my kids won't have friends. My kids won't have friends. My kids won't be friends with my friends' kids. Okay. And then my other friend, she's just like, no, I never want to have kids again. Like, I just want to settle down. And then I tell her, I'm like, okay, but like, you're still young. Like, you say you don't want any more kids. So why are you going to rush into any relationship that possibly could end up with more or something? And it's just like, and before you guys start talking, I know I have no room to talk, but no comencen, okay? Let me live my life. But it's true. It's like, I don't know why I like to give myself deadlines, because like I told you guys earlier, I just feel like at 27, I feel like my life's over and I should be further in life, but I've been going through it, so we're not going to get there. It's not me time right now. No, pero sí. My little Bob. Anyways, but I don't know. Do you guys get what I'm trying to get out of this? My consejos of the day with Café con Colu at 7 a.m. We have to make a joke about everything because, then because if I don't laugh at the situation, then I get sad. Y siempre le doy gracias a Dios que por algo I don't have kids right now. And I'm like, thank God. He knows I'm not supposed to be there because it's just, let's not say. Pero, but yeah, I don't know. I just felt like I started thinking about that, and then I was like, oh, and then I started thinking about that more, and ever since then, I'm a fucking hunchbacked over, like fucking humpback. No, sorry, well, my brain buffers. Enter buffering music. Reboot. I should fucking have a restart button. I wish I had a restart button. No, pero like, Hunchback of Notre Dame, right? I don't know. But anyways, back to the original thing. Thank you to everybody that understands my ADHD, que my stories are all over the fucking place. I should write this down. Pero ¿pa' qué? Just a tirar lo que vamos a tirar y hablar lo que vamos a hablar y ching su madre. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. It's just crazy to me that there's people even younger than me that already want to settle down and start a life because they think their life's wasted. And I'm like, at 21, 22, you think your life's gone? How do you think I feel at 27? But yeah, I don't know. I just want to say, you live your life the way you want to live your life. Whether you want to have kids now, have kids in 10 years, whether you want to get married or not. I know it's going to contradict what I literally just said. But what I'm trying to say, it's like, your life isn't over until you're like 66. And then if you're still single, then that might be concerning. But until then, you live your life. And I say this porque una vida no más hay más. I always say, we're only here for a good time, not a long time. Tomorrow's never promised. You literally will never know when you're gonna die. A meteor, right? Fucking something from the sky could come fucking crashing down and wipe off all of Colorado, or is it Yosemite? The fucking volcano can erupt and, it's gonna kill Colorado. But fingers crossed it doesn't. But but it's like literally like, not me being a motivational speaker. Pero, I don't know. I don't know why it's been on my mind so much ever since she brought that up. And then I just started thinking about it. And then I started thinking about like all the conversations I've had with like my friends. And like, I have friends that have kids, and I have friends that are like like married, and friends that are, Mexican married. Pero, and then, some of them are like, oh no, like I never want to have kids. And some of them are like, yes, I want like 7 more. And I'm like, what the fuck? And it's just crazy because we're all in the same life, but yeah, we're on different paths of life. And it's just, I don't know. I guess it just blows my mind how close you could be with people and we all be in different time zones. I don't know. I always said that I wanted to have kids when my friends had kids, so that way we could be friends. But then I have 2 friends que se aceleraron and I already have kids, and I'm like, okay. But anyways, by the time I have kids, babysitter, ooh, so it's okay. We're good. And guess who's buying my kid alcohol when I get mad at them and tell them no, thank you. Make sure you buy them the good shit. I used to live off of Mad Dogs and UV Blue. Disgusting. Oh, and Mike's and Smirnoffs y Coronas. That is disgusting. Uy, por eso ya no tomo así. I swear, I only drink tequila and Michelob Ultras and Tecate because, oh my god, fun story. I tried drinking a beatbox on Sunday. I should have known better, but I don't. And then I went to brunch, chugged 4 mimosas. 2 of them were nasty. Fell asleep and threw up, but that's not the point. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I just feel like, I don't know. That was really heavy on my mind after she said that. And then sudden I started thinking, and I'm like, I mean, yeah, it's true. Like, I just turned 27 in February. I'm like, 5 months in? And I'm honestly I can say this truthfully and honestly. After so many years, I'm finally happy where I'm at. I have great friends. I have great company. I have greatness around me. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. Like, I'm like, okay, I finally know. I'm gonna start crying because I'm a little bitch, but cute. I think this is when we go on commercial break because then I was gonna start. I can't cry. I just got my lashes done. Fuck. It's just crazy to think that I really don't know where I was in my story because I started crying because I'm a little bitch. No, pero I don't know. How I mentioned earlier that, finally after so many years of, stuff, I have just great people around me and I love them to death and I'm gonna start crying again. And anyways, I guess we're just having an emotional episode because that's just gonna I'll just dry on my Rita, guys, sorry. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I think for once I finally know the true meaning of life. Why am I crying? And I'm so grateful for the people I have in my life, and I feel like, my life, I don't know if you can hear any of that. And I know at the old age of 27, I'm already a senior citizen. It's not over. So, yeah. But I feel like right now is when I need to be living my life because, like I said, a lot can happen in 6 months, a lot can happen in a year. What if next year I just randomly decide to pack up my bags and, move to Greece? Uno nunca sabe. So that's why I just feel like, you shouldn't rush to do anything and just, live your life and whatever happens and yeah. I don't know, I forgot where I was going with that because then I started crying. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for listening. I really do love you guys. I'm gonna start crying again, but if it wasn't for your guys' support, I wouldn't be able to just talk to you about stupid shit and cry on camera. But yeah. But I'm gonna go because I'm not gonna stop crying if I keep talking, and my lashes are gonna fall off, and they're too expensive to be crying. So don't forget, guys, you can listen to me on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and you can see my beautiful face on YouTube. Bye! Mwah.